Hello, Twitch! Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Pokemon Gold. Last time we defeated Bugsy at the Azalea Gym and made our way over to Goldenrod City, our next destination in our Pokemon journey. So we've got a lot to do here today. Goldenrod is actually the largest city in this game, and there is a lot of things we can do here. Starting off, just wanted to check out the Pokemon Center for a bit. Oh no, there's some pretty strong contenders, Missy. The Coliseum upstairs at any Pokemon Centers for Link battles. Battle records are posted on the walls, so I can't afford to lose. I wonder how many kinds of Pokemon there are in the world. 3 years ago, Professor Oak said there were 150 different kinds. And now we have almost 900, just wow. So just over to the east of the Pokemon Center, we have a department store, which is kind of like a shop, except much larger and with a lot of different things we can do. So I want to go into this elevator. Huh? Oh, wow! So, the egg we got from Professor Elm's aide finally hatched! And we got Togepi! Yay! Togepi's actually one of my favorite Pokemon, but in this game, it's actually kind of weak. Because its evolution Togetic, it's fine, but not really the best. It's not until Gen 4 that the Togepi line really gets good. So any Pokemon that hatches from an egg starts at level 5. As you can see here, this Togepi is a little on the weak side. Doesn't have any offensive moves and won't learn any for quite a while. I don't intend to use it on my team, sadly. Now, as I was saying before I was interrupted, what you want to do first is go down to the basement of the department store. Mocho! I lose my passion for work if someone's watching. Come on, kids, scoot! So we got some people working down here. And it looks like we can't really reach anything at the moment, with all these boxes in the way. So I want to remember this for later. With that taken care of, let's go explore the rest of the department store. By the way, as you can probably see from on the left side of the screen, I've drawn fan art of the new evolutions that we got from last time. Both Kale and Jean are looking very good in their new forms. So department stores pretty much have just a huge stock of items that you normally wouldn't find at other stores. Like right now we got quite a lot of different healing items for both health and status, if you talk to that person. Talk to this guy, you get different Pokeballs and other utility items. I actually might want to buy some Great Balls since they have a higher catch rate than regular Pokeballs, so they can be very helpful. Pokegear can store up to 10 phone numbers. It's hard to decide which numbers to keep. Yeah, sometimes. Got my Abra at the game corner, now it's my best partner. So I want to check out the game corner later. This department store makes me realize Goldenrod's a big city. The selection here is unmatched anywhere else. If we go up to this floor, I'm really impatient. I use X speed in battle to speed up my Pokemon. So on this floor we can buy X items. These give a temporary boost to your Pokemon's stats in battle until the battle's over or you switch them out. They can be helpful in some situations, but I don't really need them too much, especially with how easy the Johto games tend to be. And over here we can buy vitamins that boost the effort values of your Pokemon. We'll go over a bit more of that later on, but it is a very useful thing to give to your team. I love strong Pokemon. I feed them protein to crank up their attack. Iron adds to your Pokemon's defense. Some Pokemon evolve only by being traded via Game Link cable. I know of 4, Macho, Kadabra, Haunter, and Graveler. I heard there are others too. Yeah, and unfortunately, I will not be able to obtain them. You can't rename a Pokemon you get in a trade. The name's a reflection of the original trainer's feelings for it. Mystery gift. With just a little beep, you get a gift. That's also something we can't do. Now, this floor, we get some TMs. Some very good ones, too. So these are the TMs for Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Headbutt. The Headbutt TM is pretty useful for getting certain Pokemon. The Elemental Punch is just very good to teach to a lot of different Pokemon. It gives them a lot more coverage than they would normally get from level ups. And I'll definitely want to come back here later to pick some of these up, because there are some very good moves. I collect Pokemon. Do you have Drowsy? Want to trade it for my Machop? So if you catch a Drowsy, which can actually be found on Route 34, you can give it to this guy in exchange for a Machop, which is a fighting-type Pokemon, which will actually be very helpful for a future battle. However, I like my team as it is, so I'm not going to do that. Do you listen to Lucky Channel? If you want to win, trade Pokemon with as many people as possible to get different ID numbers. If you're tired, try the vending machine's drinks. Your Pokemon will love them too. So if you actually examine these vending machines, we actually get quite the selection of items here. Fresh water restores 50 HP, Soda Pop restores 60 HP, and Lemonade restores 80 HP. And all these items are much cheaper than the super potions that you would normally buy in stores. So these are easily the best healing items you can get at this point of the game. I highly recommend getting as many of these as you can. I'm gonna buy some, let's actually look at the team right now. We don't really have anyone above 50, so I'll just buy fresh water for now. Let's get a bunch of these. Okay, that should do it. Very nice. You can also rearrange the items in your bag for easier use. I do recommend doing that. Alright, now that we got that, we fully explored the department store, so let's move on. Heart Gold and Soul Silver also adds a lot of new stuff to the department store. It's not really important at the moment, though. Now we see the path moves ahead to the west here. And if we enter here, I couldn't win at the slots, and I blew it on card flipping. Got so furious, I tossed out my coin case in the underground. Welcome to the game corner. Do you need game coins? Oh, you have a coin case for your coins. So this is the game corner that we heard about. It is a place where you can play slot machines in order to try to win as many coins as you can, which can then be exchanged for prizes. For obvious reasons, this is a feature that is no longer available in future games in the series. not really going to be using this too often, but there are some interesting prizes you can get with the game corner. We'll be able to see the prizes later, but we did get a hint about where we can find a coin case. So if we continue down this way... Are you a trainer? I got a useful fun number for you. We recorded Bill's number. My big brother Bill made the PC Pokemon storage system. Oh, you collect Pokemon. My son Bill's an expert. He had to leave for the Pokemon Center in Ecruteak City. So apparently Bill, that guy we met all the way back in... over near Cerulean City in the Kanto region, apparently he's from Johto. I really do like that little detail. Really makes the world feel connected. Whew, this one big town. I don't know where anything is. I don't blame you, sir. This town is huge. There's some shops downstairs, but there are also trainers. I'm scared to go down there. So this is the underground that we heard about. Just a short network of tunnels stretching below the surface of the city. And there's some trainers here. I got booted out of the game corner. I was trying to cheat using my Pokemon. Super Nerd Eric. Super Nerds are a trainer class that tend to use either electric or poison type Pokemon. It's actually a really bad matchup for Kale, so let's go to Ruby. Ha, you missed me. Magnitude 6, pretty good. I highly recommend going to the underground to fight the trainers down here because there is going to be a very tough battle coming up and you want as many levels as you can get. So magnitude 8, that's going to do a lot of damage. That we reach level 18 on Ruby. Very good. Aw, man, I don't know what's going on, just... This connection's been really choppy lately. Whatever. My Pokemon just got haircuts. I'll show you how strong they are. Pokemaniac Isaac sent out Licky Tongue. Wait, Licky Tongue doesn't have hair. Or does he? So Lickitung is a normal type Pokemon. It's got decent stats, but because it can't evolve in this generation, I don't really recommend using it. And just look how little damage we're taking right now. That's why I like the Chikorita line, because they have a lot of good defensive attacks that help keep them in battle for quite a long time. They're not the best damage dealers, but they do hang in there. And that takes care of Isaac. Aye! Another Pokemon-related news, I finally got to see Detective Pikachu, and oh man, I loved it. Such a good movie. Like, I predicted some stuff that would happen in the movie, but there were some good surprises in there, and just so enjoyable just seeing a movie like that, showcasing how Pokemon would coexist in our world. Anyway, there's a shop down here where you can buy herbal medicine. These medicine tend to be cheaper than the equivalent items you can also get at shops, but the downside of using these items is that they lower the friendship with your Pokemon, which determines a lot of different aspects about them. So it's kind of a risk-reward kind of deal. Welcome! I run the Pokemon Salon. I'm the older and better of the two haircut brothers. I can make your Pokemon beautiful for just $500. Would you like me to do that? So yeah, this guy actually will raise the friendship of your Pokemon by a little bit. I have no real need for that, though. But it's good to point out because the Togepi we just got evolves through its friendship stat. It's actually one of the first Pokemon to evolve using this method. So, if you do intend to use Togepi on your team, I recommend giving it to this guy for the haircut. Do you consider type alignments in battle? If you know your type advantages, you'll do better in battle. I mean, that's not the only aspect of battles, but it's definitely a good one to understand. Here we got Magnemite. It's an electric steel-type Pokemon and one of my personal favorites. It's just so good. In fact, Generation 2 was the generation that introduced the Steel type, and that definitely helped Magnemite out by giving it so many resistances. Adding on to its already amazing and defensive and offensive potential, just really became an amazing Pokemon. That's why it's one of my favorites. Voltorb, meanwhile, is still a pure electric type, even though it's obviously mechanical in nature. Oh well. So Voltorb is a very, very fast electric type. It's also a decent damage dealer overall, but although it doesn't get too much in terms of variety in its attacks. It is one of the few Pokemon that can learn Self-Destruct, though, so you want to watch out for that at higher levels. I'm really glad that Ruby is getting all these levels right now because she is going to be very helpful in the upcoming gym. I know I say this about like every gym we go to, but I can't help it. Geodude is built to decimate the early Johto gyms. It's amazing. So we can't go through here yet, but you'll want to remember that for much later on. I think you have some rare Pokemon with you. Let me see them. Alright, bro. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Oh, I didn't bring this up before, but the Pokemaniac trainer class usually use a wide variety of Pokemon, usually the more rare Pokemon that can only be found in certain locations. So they're pretty good to fight to get the data on your Pokedex. Some Slowpoke here that we could have seen back at the Slowpoke well in Azalea Town. They are very slow water psychic types, but they are just fantastic, with great offensive and defensive potential, and some very diverse movesets. Slowpoke Oak's family are one of my favorite water-type families. They are just amazing. For that, we've cleared everything out in the underground. Challenge to a battle downstairs? Rough down there. You better be careful. I'm fine. Taking that tunnel actually took us to the north end of the city. Let's go back down so that we can get everything again. But now that we got the coin case, we can actually do stuff at the game corner. So you can purchase 50 coins for $1,000 or 500 coins for 10,000. I'm not gonna do that because I don't really need to use the game corner for anything. Just want to show this off. So you can get TMs for, I believe, Thunder, Blizzard, and Fire Blast here. And you can also get Pokemon here. You can get an Abra for 200 coins, an Ekans for 700 coins, and a Dratini for 2,100 coins. It's a pretty alright Pokemon overall. Ekans I don't think can normally be obtained in Gold version. Abra is kind of hard to catch because it will teleport the first chance it gets, which can make trying to catch it a pain, and Dratini we're not going to be able to catch until much later on in the game. But I don't really have a need for them for the time being. So let's get going. I got in trouble for playing in the basement of the department store. Good on you, buddy. Is that man in black dressed up like a Team Rocket member? How silly. They built the new radio tower to replace the old creaky one. So, this is the radio tower. What do you want, you pest? Scram! Jeez, how rude. Welcome. Hi, are you here for the Lucky Numbers show? Want me to check the ID numbers of your Pokemon? If you get lucky, you win a prize. Let's see if you have a match. Nope, none of your ID numbers match. So that's a lottery where you can get some items. Based on the ID numbers that your Pokemon have. It's whatever, I never win anything with that. But anyway, this is the Johto Radio Tower. It's a place that's been hyped up for actually quite a bit of the game, so it's nice that we actually get to explore it. We have a special quiz campaign on right now. Answer 5 questions correctly to win a radio card. Slide into your Pokegear to play the radio anytime, anywhere. Would you like to take the quiz? Sure. Question 1. Can the town map be displayed on a Pokegear? Yes. Correct. Question 2. Can Nidorina be female only? Yes. Bullseye. Question 3. Does Kurt the Pokeball craftsman use apricorn? Notice the typo in the name. No. So far so good. Question 4. Magikarp won't learn any TM moves. That is correct. Wow, right again. Here's the final question. Professor Oak's Pokemon Talk is a very popular program. Is Marie the co-host of the show? That is incorrect. It's actually Mary. Bingo, you got it. Congratulations. Here's your prize, a radio card. Although now I'm just imagining Professor Oak on a radio show with Marie from Splatoon, and I'm just loving that idea. So now we had our Pokegear upgraded with a radio feature. We can actually tune in to different radio stations. There's actually quite a few different shows that you can find. Like with Oak's Pokemon Talk, it basically just tells you where you can find certain Pokemon. Pokemon Music can play either a song that can attract wild Pokemon in the field, or music that will keep Pokemon away. So the Lucky Channel will tell you the numbers that you'll need Need your Pokemon's ID numbers to match in order to win prizes at the radio tower. Go further up here. Okay, that's it for now. Still, it's pretty neat. I love Mary from Pokemon Talk. I only know what she sounds like, though. Ben's a fabulous DJ. His sweet voice makes me melt. Ew. Lullabies on the radio may make Pokemon sleep. Jiggly! Aw, hey Jigglypuff. You can listen to the radio anywhere. Tune in. Sorry, authorized personnel only belong at this point. Wasn't that way before. There's something wrong with the director. So we can't go any further in the radio tower just yet. But we might want to remember this place for later. After all, Team Rocket seems to be interested in this place. If we go into this building here... The train hasn't come in. I know, I'll carry the passengers on my back. That won't work. So there's a train station here that is also unavailable. We might want to remember that for later, though. If we go over down this way... I know there's a new bike shop, but I can't find it anywhere. Well, maybe we can find it. If you treat your Pokemon nicely, they'll love you in return. Oh, let me see your Sparrow. It's quite cute. Thank you. When I use an item on my Pokemon, it acts really glad. Good to hear. I keep losing in battles. My Pokemon end up fainting. Maybe that's why my Pokemon don't like me much. The world's a psychopath. Bike shop. I knew he'd find it. I moved here, but I can't sell my bicycles. Why is that? Could you ride a bicycle and advertise for me? Sure thing. Really? Great. Give me your name and phone number, and I'll loan you a bicycle. My bicycles are first rate. You can ride them anywhere. So, the bike that we get here is actually a very cool item. If we go into our key items pocket, we can register it with select. Then we can ride our bike at any time. You move a lot faster on the bike than you do on foot, so it's definitely a good item to have just so you can move around much quicker on the overworld. Now over here is the name raider. If you don't like the particular name of your Pokemon, you can bring it here and you can get the name changed. I personally don't want to do that. We have the gym here. We could go there right away, but I don't want to. What do you want, Ralph? Apparently quillfish are biting right now. I don't think I can actually catch them with my current rod. But whatever. Once while I was battling, my Pokemon couldn't make any moves. The power points, or PP of its moves, were all gone. Sometimes a healthy Pokemon may be unable to use its moves. If that happens, heal at a Pokemon Center or use an item. La la la, have plenty of water, my lovely. When I was watered that moving tree on Route 36, it jumped. I think I must be a Pokemon, but it takes someone like Whitney or Gym Leader to beat it. So apparently, we're going to need to be as strong as Whitney if we are going to be able to get past that tree. Something to keep in mind for later. Excuse me, guy, can you do a guy a favor? Can you take this Pokemon with mail to my friend? He's on Route 31. Sure, we'll do that. My pal's a chubby guy who snoozes all the time. You'll recognize him right away. Oh yeah, there was a weird tree blocking the road. Wonder if it's been cleared. So by talking to this guy, we receive a Pokemon. More specifically, a Spearow named Kenya, who is holding a flower mail. If we actually go over to the mail and read it, Dark Cave leads to another road. And we got kind of a side quest here where we need to bring this Pokemon over to someone and give it to him. Yeah. Well, we can technically do this if we backtrack, but I don't want to do that just yet. So for now, let's just go up to Route 35 and see what we can find. This area actually has a lot of trainers, so it's going to be a good place to get some levels up before we tackle the gym. Got another cute little Vulpix. The gym badges are pretty. I collect them. Fascinating. Now, while we're going through this route, I kind of wanted to discuss my thoughts on the upcoming E3 that's going to be happening in a few weeks, because it's always something that we gamers look forward to, so we get to see all the new games that are coming out for our consoles. And personally, I'm really excited to see what they show at this E3. I mean, there's just a lot of things they could potentially show, like we finally get to see the next Animal Crossing game, get some information on the next Smash Brothers DLC and stuff. We could potentially get some Pokemon Sword and Shield news. I don't know. I'm pretty excited for this E3. There's a lot of potentially good stuff that they will be able to show us, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. That would beat another trainer. We're getting a bit low on Halberd here, so let's heal him up. Hello there. My boyfriend's weak, so I can't rely on him. Oh geez, did we just cause a domestic dispute? I'm so sorry, buddy. Hey, it's Pikachu. Pikachu we're actually not going to be able to catch for a long time in this game, but it is overall a very good Pokemon. Very fast, good offensive stats. It does get a little bit better in later generations, but overall Pikachu's still very good. Now, what do you got for me? I've been getting Pokemon data off my radio. I think I'm good. Good to hear, buddy. It's Camper Ivan. Oh, he's got a Diglett. That's another Pokemon we're not going to see in the wild for a long time, but whatever. I just really like Diglett. So cute. Halberd's level 18 now. That's very nice. I was so close to getting Halberd evolved. I'm really looking forward to that. That means I can draw more fan art. And also he'd be a much stronger and faster team member. It's gonna do so much good. Hello there, Diglett. And goodbye, Ivan. Hello there. Behold my graceful ball dexterity! Ew. No, it's just a juggler. Now, jugglers tend to use some very interesting Pokemon. I know back in Gen 1, they mainly use Psychic types. But here, this guy's using the Voltorb family. Because, you know, they're balls. Also very damn low level. Oh well, free experience for Kale. You think you can beat me? At least this guy's a little higher leveled and... Whoa, he survived a crit Razor Leaf. It's pretty dang good, man. Still not enough to survive. You're done. And Kale gets another level. Whew, that was a jolt. Let's switch Kale out because the next trainer's actually gonna be not very good for him to fight. Hello there. I'm practicing my fire breathing. Now this fire breather is kind of interesting because he's using Magmar. Very early on, this guy can be a pain, because Magmar are very strong fire types. They overall have very good stats, and this early on, they are so threatening. I just remember this guy always giving me trouble when I was younger. Just because Magmar is so powerful. And he's got another one. So let's go to Ruby here. You should be able to handle this one. There we go. Very nice. Again, this is why I recommend you use Geodude in this game. Ow, I scorched the tip of my nose! Oh, didn't mean to heal Halberd there. Trying to heal Jean. Your Pokemon look pretty tough. You can go anywhere safely. I didn't mention this last time, but these guys are actually trainers. When it's nighttime, the policemen will attack you because they think you are suspicious in the dark. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. They have trainer classes based around times of day. Into this grass here, there's a few interesting Pokemon in this area, like these Nidoran. They are pure Poison-type Pokemon, but their final stages are Poison and Ground. Overall, all Nidoran are very good Pokemon, having decent stats all around, and having excellent move pools. Just it's crazy just how diverse the Nidorans are. with what attacks they can use. I'll go anywhere bug Pokemon appear there. So this is actually an NPC of interest, and I highly recommend registering him into your Pokegear. You'll be using Venonat, a bug poison type that learns a lot of psychic attacks, as well as several different status moves. It's a decent bug type overall. Alright, Gene's level 18. Alright, we're learning Thunder Wave. That's a good move that can paralyze the opponent. So let's get rid of Growl. I see, so you battle that way. Now, the reason I recommend registering Arnie into your Pokedex is because this route has a very rare chance of having the bug Pokemon called Yanma, which is also a swarm encounter, so sometimes Yanma will become much more common. And if you want to complete the Pokedex, that's a good tip for getting that. Doesn't seem to be anything else here, so let's check out that TM we just got. That's TM for Rollout. It's a rock-type attack that builds up power the more you use it. It's a pretty decent move, but I don't think I'm going to use it just yet. Hello there. What kinds of Pokeball do you use? I know, wanna see? Birdkeeper Brian. He's got a Pidgey, as usual. Ooh, he's got a Pidgeotto. Now this could be a challenge. Alright, he hung in there a bit. And that takes care of that. Good work, Gene. Yikes! Not fast enough! Mom's calling now. She got me another item from my PC. By the way, I checked what she gave me after the last stream, and she just gave me a super potion. Pretty decent. Ooh, there's a Drowsy. It's a psychic type Pokemon, and overall, it's pretty good. Has very high defenses, good offensive stats, and it is a very helpful, well, it learns a lot of different attacks, so it can definitely be a good Pokemon to use on your team. Don't really feel like using one because I use Drowsy a lot in a lot of my casual playthroughs. I think it's a good Pokemon. Alright, so check the PC and see what Mom gave me. A Repel. Yeah, I'll take that. I want to heal up my team because I believe this is a very good thing coming up. Today's Saturday. That means the bug catching contest is on today. The rules are simple. Using one of your Pokemon, catch a bug Pokemon to be judged. Like to give it a try? You have more than one Pokemon. You'll have to use Flaffy, the first Pokemon in your party. Is that okay with you? Fine, we'll hold your other Pokemon while you compete. Here are the park balls for the contest. First who gets the strongest bug Pokemon is the winner. In 20 minutes. If you run out of park balls, you're done. You can keep the last Pokemon you catch as your own. Go out and catch the strongest bug Pokemon you can find. So this is a pretty cool event you're able to do in this area. It's called the National Park, and there is a... On most days, you can just find some trainers here, and also a few Pokemon, but... if it is a Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, you're able to enter the bug catching contest, which allows you to catch from a small selection of different bug type Pokemon. You're only allowed to bring in one Pokemon in here. I decided to go with Flaffy because her newly learned Thunder Wave will make catching some of the bug Pokemon here a bit easier. Ooh, there's a Beedrill. It's actually one of the only ways you can get the Beedrill family in Gold version, because they're exclusive to Silver normally. But there are some other stronger bug types in here that I'm looking for. Also, the Pokemon you find here have overall pretty good levels, so... Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So this is Pinsir. Pinsir is a pure bug-type Pokemon. It's got overall very good stats. Like, way stronger than Butterfree and Beedrill. This thing is a beast. Very high attack power. Just overall very good moves. That's a bit of a pain. Come on. There we go. We caught the Pinsir. Pinsir, the stag beetle Pokemon. With its horns, it digs burrows to sleep in at night. In the morning, damp soil clings to its body. Now that we made our catch, let's go return to the entrance. There's a Venonat here too. I think this is the earliest place you can find Venonat too, at the bug catching contest. But that's not what I'm here for. You still have 17 minutes left. Do you want to finish now? Yep. And now it's time to see how well we did. We'll now judge the Pokemon you've caught. We have chosen the winners. Are you ready for this? Placing third was Bugcatcher Ed, who caught a Butterfree. The score was 293 points. Placing second was Bugcatcher Benny, who caught a Butterfree. I'm sensing a pattern here. The score was 319 points. This bug catching contest winner is Hayden, who caught a Pinsir. Yeah! So the key to winning the bug catching contest is to try and catch a Pokemon but keep it as high health as it can be, because that usually scores you the most points. And for winning first prize of that, we get a Sunstone. This is an item that can evolve 2 Pokemon in this game. So I don't really feel like naming this Pinsir. Sent to the box anyway. So yeah, that was fun. Really glad I got to win that today. Don't really have any use for the Sunstone, because I don't intend to use anything that evolves with it on this team, so let's deposit that. Pretty much you can take any item that you don't intend to use and deposit it in your box, and then retrieve it whenever you want. It's very handy. Could you give me some tips? I want to study your style. Sorry, buddy. I'm not a tutor. Anyway, now that's taken care of, let's head back into the national park. Because there's a lot of trainers here that we can still fight. Hello, Metapod. Hey guys, you missed one. Oh well, let's just take it out. Hello there. The world of Pokemon is deep. There's still lots of things we don't know. But I know more than you do. Wow, that's a little harsh. You literally just met me. So here we have a schoolboy. They actually tend to use quite a large variety of Pokemon. They're not really tied to a single type, which is pretty cool. It's got a Voltorb, which means it's Ruby time. Ha! You can't screech me. Very nice. Ruby gets to level 20. Just 5 more levels, and Ruby is going to undergo a very good change. Hello there, Metapod. I believe you got a good Pokemon. My Pokemon is so cute. Let me show them off to you. Pokefan Beverly. So the Pokefan trainers tend to use very cutesy Pokemon, like the Snubble here. It's not too much of a problem for Kale, though. That's a matter of opinion. Look, check out my bag. I printed out my favorites from my Pokedex and stuck them on my bag. Yeah, apparently there's a way to get, like, stickers of the Pokemon and... Ugh. Boy, is that a pleasant face. So this is Sunkern. It's a pure Grass-type Pokemon introduced in Gold and Silver. It also has one of the lowest base stat totals of any Pokemon this series. Seriously, Sunkern is one of the weakest Pokemon ever, and I highly recommend not using it. It's also one of the few Pokemon that evolves with the Sunstone that we just got. But honestly, there's a Pokemon that... the other Pokemon that you get with the Sunstone is much more useful. Also, I don't think we went over this last time, but Oddish is a grass poison type Pokemon just like Bellsprout. They have overall very good stats and learn a lot of status moves, so they can be pretty useful if you add them to your team. And you've also got Cubone. So Cubone is a ground-type Pokemon with high attack. It's also one of the few Pokemon able to learn both Bone Club and Bone Meringue, which is a pretty interesting distinction. Good work, Kale. Alright, Gene, let's take out this Pidgey. Very good. We adore Pokemon, even if they dislike us. That's what being a fan is about. So here we have a male Pokefan. There's not much difference between the males and females. They both like using cute Pokemon. But this is going a little overboard. It's Raichu, the evolution of Pikachu. It's very fast and very strong. It's gonna paralyze you with Thunder Wave to make you easier to take down. Man, even when paralyzed, it's still faster than Gene. That's quite shocking. Heh. Oh, so now it's slower. Ooh, it's got a berry. Gonna cut this very close. There we go. Good work, Gene. Showing that bigger electric type, just who's stronger. I love you. I'm Pokemon! Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Let's put Halberd in the front right now because he's so close to reaching level 20. I'm printing out my Pokedex. You can also print out stuff like mail in your PC boxes. Very cool. So we get a Paralyze Heal. Very good. I think over here we can also get an item. Pap down here really goes a long ways. But we get TM28. And if my history with the series is correct, that should be the TM for Dig. This is a ground-type attack that takes 2 turns to use, but it's still very helpful. In this game, it has base power of 60, I believe, which gets boosted to around 80 in Generation 4. But still, Dig is a very good ground attack. And it can be learned by a lot of different Pokemon, so it's very handy. I may teach that to somebody later, but I don't really know. I mean, Ruby's already got Magnitude, so we're not really aching for a lot of ground coverage. In any case, we're all done with the National Park so far. But I think there is one last thing that we can get here. So let's hop on our bike. Since it's so much faster. Yeah, wild battles. Go away. Go away, Caterpie. Be gone! I believe over here... Pay attention, please. Oops, I have to quit thinking like a teacher all the time. You must be a Pokemon trainer. Since you're working so hard, I want you to have this. So we get the Quick Claw from this lady. The Quick Claw is a pretty cool item that makes it so that your Pokemon has a chance of always attacking first. Now, this is a really good move to give to the slowest Pokemon on your team. So we quickly check here. You got speed of 19, 27, 33, 36. So yeah, we're going to give that to Ruby so that she will have a higher chance of going first in important battles. That's going to be very helpful. I highly recommend picking up this item because it is good. No matter what Marilyn may say about it being cursed. Ah, just kidding. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Whew. I thought we got sent to hell for a second there. So we got an Ice Berry from that tree, which heals burns. As you can see here... Oh, wait, this isn't the sign. But we're pretty much on another route. Difference will become pronounced as the Pokemon grow. Yeah, very interesting. I'm gonna read your thoughts. This person is about to learn a lot of bad things. Hello, Mark. Psychics, as their name implies, use a lot of Psychic-type Pokemon, like this Abra here. Abra is a very fast Pokemon, and has phenomenal special attack. It's one of the best special attackers in the game. It's also very hard to catch because normally this Pokemon's only move is Teleport, which in the wild automatically ends the fight. So catching Abra is definitely a pain, but it's well worth the effort because it's just such a good Pokemon. And this is Kadabra, the evolution of Abra. It's a very strong Psychic type. Pretty much just take Abra and beef up the stats, and you got a very powerful special attacker. Seriously, that thing did so much damage to Halberd. But we managed to take it out. I misread you! Anthony's calling. How are your Pokemon doing? My Geodude's really energetic. It's a handful. Oh yeah, managed to beat a tough Hoppip. I need to make my party stronger. See you later. I don't know, man. Beating Hoppip is not that much of an accomplishment. So that leads back down to that route. Let's heal up before we go any farther, because there is one more trainer in this area. Thanks to my studies, I'm ready for any Pokemon. Schoolboy Allen. This guy has Tangela. It's quite an interesting pure grass type Pokemon. Like, its stats are good, but nothing really spectacular. In Generation 4, it does get an evolution, which is overall very good. And Halberd's level 20. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Oops! Computation error! It's time for Halberd to join the Evolution Club! So Halberd's now evolved into Fearow. It's a very fast and very strong normal flying type. Yeah, those are some very good stats. And with that, we've pretty much fought every last trainer that we are able to fight before the Goldenrod Gym. So I guess we're going to make that our next destination. As you can see here, we're back at the mysterious tree that was to the west of Violet. Still can't get past it. But we did hear a tip that if we're about as strong as Whitney, we could probably take care of that tree. So, it's time to finally go to the gym. Hi, Nidoran. No, we haven't encountered one in the wild yet, but female Nidoran are also pretty cool. They're blue and a lot more defensive, while the male Nidoran are pink and more offensive. I love the way the trainer's head bobs when they're riding the bike. It's kind of a funny image. Alright, before we enter the gym, it's time we deposit Togepi. Sorry, but we're going into a very rough area, and you're not gonna last very long in there. We're gonna keep Kenya because we still need it for a quest. Actually, we're also gonna need Togepi for a quest, so we'll probably withdraw it later. Ah, geez, hang on. Man, I don't know why the internet's just been so choppy with me lately. Whatever. So I think we are about ready to take on this gym. I'm actually kind of nervous about this, because this gym has a very infamous reputation among the Pokemon fandom. We shall see why soon enough. Yo, Champ and Macon! This gym's home to normal-type Pokemon trainers. I recommend use fighting-type Pokemon. Nah, I'm good. There's actually not a whole lot of fighting types you can get before this gym. I love this trainer sprite. I love the pose and the colors. Just very good. So, as it's been said before, we're going to be fighting a lot of normal-type Pokemon this gym. Normal types have a reputation for being overall very good in a lot of areas, but not very specialized in anything. Normal-type Pokemon are usually able to learn a wide variety of attacks, especially those of different typings. But compared to the other Pokemon that are able to gain the stab bonuses from the different attacks, I don't know. Normal types are pretty much jack of all trades and masters of none. I mean, I do like a lot of normal type Pokemon. I did use a Snorlax in my Leaf Green streams. But most of the time, they're pretty basic, especially some of the ones this early on in the series. Where most of the trainers you fight here, usually, they only use normal types that have normal type attacks. Which works perfectly fine, just, I don't know, a little underwhelming at times. Oops, it's over? Yeah, shocking, isn't it? So there's our target. Give it your best shot or I'll take you down. So we got another beauty, Samantha. She's got Meowth. It's a very fast, physical attacking normal type. It's one of the most recognizable normal types, too. I really do like the Meowth line. They learn a lot of good moves. And their signature attack, Payday, is great for grinding up money. And I believe in Johto, Meowth are Silver exclusive. I'll have to double check that. Hey, quit biting. Luckily, Kale is bulky enough to take these attacks. There we go. Good work with a crit. No! Oh, Meowth, I'm so sorry. I believe there's probably someone else down here. Nope. I do like the non-linearity they have going on in this gym. It's also kind of a maze. In fact, this gym is actually laid out in the shape of a Clefairy, which is pretty cool. Don't think I'm a pushover. I wasn't going to. Carry, huh? And you got a Snubble. I've already fought a few of these, so it's not going to be too bad. Ow, don't lick my wool. Well done, Gene. Darn, I thought you were weak. I got a Flaffy on my team, of course I'm not weak. Well, it depends on the Pokemon, but usually gender really doesn't affect their strength that much. I like cute Pokemon better than strong Pokemon, but I have strong and cute Pokemon. Good to hear. I don't know, a lot of my favorite Pokemon tend to be among the cute ones. Like the Mareep line, the Roselia family, and stuff, but whatever. I like Pokemon that can be adorable and also powerful as well. After all, my favorite Pokemon of all time is Primarina. So I haven't seen too much of Jigglypuff before. It's a normal type that later got retyped to normal fairy in Gen 6. It has very high HP and a good amount of both offensive and support attacks in its moveset. But it does have pretty low defense and offensive, so I don't know. If you want a kinda bulky normal type with a lot of good type diversity, it can be a good option. It's got some more Jigglypuffs. Still disabled. Come on. There we go, no longer disabled. Very nice. Just one more to go. Very nice. I managed to get that rare chance of paralysis with Thundershock. So good when that happens. Very nice. Ah, well done, Jean. You're so good to me, girl. Oh, no, no, no. I'm trying to beat Whitney, but it's depressing. I'm okay. If I lose, I'll just try harder next time. That's a good attitude to have. So we're all done here. Definitely want to heal up the team before we do this battle. How am I going to lead this fight? So I probably want to keep Ruby in the back for now. I think I'll actually lead with Kale. Kale actually hasn't seen that much action in gym battles lately, so I think this would be a good chance for him to shine. Hi, I'm Whitney. Everyone was in a Pokémon, so I got into it too. Pokémon is super cute. You want a battle? I'm warning you, I'm good. That is not an understatement. Whitney is one of the most infamous gym leaders in the Pokémon series. She starts off with Clefairy, which doesn't seem all that imposing so far. Let's set up a Reflect to try to minimize the damage we take here. And that's it. Clefairy has an attack called Metronome, which basically allows it to use any attack in the game at random, and of course it uses one that's super effective against Kale, because why not? This Clefairy is not too much of a pain, but depending on what it rolls with Metronome, this fight can be a bit of a pain. It can also use Mimic in order to copy the last attack your Pokemon used for itself. With that, we managed to take out the Clefairy. And that's only half of her team. It's time for the big beast. I'm actually going to lead with Jean here, because it's time for Miltank. This thing is very powerful. It has great offensive and defensive stats at this point of the game and very high HP. And this thing's moveset is also a huge pain. Like, it's got rollout here, which will continue to just increase in power over time, unless we can stop it with this paralysis, hopefully. Okay, it missed. That's good. It's also got some really bad moves, like it can use Milk Drink to increase its HP, it can use Stomp, which is just a very powerful normal type move that can also make you flinch. And if your Pokemon are male, it will use a move called Attract in order to make it so that your Pokemon fall in love with Miltank and make them unable to attack. But we actually had a pretty easy time of that. Alright, Jean. You just completely took out that Miltank by yourself. I'm impressed. You're mean! You shouldn't be so serious, you child, you! You meanie! Jeez, what a sore loser. Oh no, you made Whitney cry. It's okay, she'll stop soon. She always cries when she loses. So, yeah, I actually had a pretty easy time with that fight. As if I needed another reason to love Flaffy. Just, man. What? What do you want? A badge? Oh, right. I forgot. Here's plain badge. And with that, we finally receive our third badge. Plain badge lets your Pokemon use strength outside of battle. It also boosts your Pokemon's speed. Oh, you can have this too. TM45 is Attract. If your opponent is of the opposite gender of the user, your opponent becomes charmed and unable to attack most of the time. It can be a pretty tricky move to deal with. We didn't get to see that in the battle, but it is just so frustrating when your Pokemon is just taking so much damage in battle and is just unable to return the favor just because it's infatuated and can't do anything. Whitney is usually a very tough opponent. Still very thankful I had such an easy time in that fight. Man. Oh, you're better than Whitney. Do you know about that moving tree? If you wet it with a squirt bottle, it attacks. But since you have some badges, you should be okay. And we receive the squirt bottle. This are key to getting past the strange Pokemon. Let's go heal up the team, because we did take quite a bit of damage. Alright, while we're here, let's also withdraw Togepi. Actually, I'll probably get this done later. It's not too important. Oh, hello, Arnie. What is it? My Venonat's looking awesome. Wish I could show you. Oh yeah, I managed to beat a tough Drowsy. I need to make my party stronger. That is surprising, considering that Venonat is weak to Drowsy. Good on you, buddy. Yeah, we'll deal with Togepi later. For now, let's just go take care of this mysterious tree. Need to remember to use my bike more often. It's just so helpful. Let's cut over here by the grass. Move up. Now, before engaging this tree, I highly recommend you save. Let's use the squirt bottle. The weird tree doesn't like the squirt bottle. The weird tree attacked. So the tree was not a tree at all. It was a Sudowoodo. It's a rock-type Pokemon, introduced in Gold and Silver, and honestly, I really like Sudowoodo. While it's not as strong as some other Pokemon, it's still got very solid attack and defense, and a very interesting moveset. Definitely gets a lot better in later games, but I still really love Sudowoodo. It's so goofy looking, but I love the idea of a creature pretending to be a tree. I just think overall it's really cool. And because it's the only time in the game when you can encounter Sudowoodo, I figure it might as well be a good chance just to catch it. I'm not planning to add it to my team because I already got Ruby, but still a very solid rock type if you're looking for a very defensive but also strong Pokemon. Now, come on, Sudowoodo. So it's using Flail there. It's a normal type move that does greater damage the less HP your Pokemon has. There we go, we caught it. Sudowoodo, the imitation Pokemon, although it always pretends to be a tree, its composition appears to be closer to a rock than a plant. We won't name you. Yep, I just really love this Pokemon. Especially love its debut episode in the anime, when there were the two scientists arguing over whether Sudowoodo was a rock or a grass-type Pokemon. It's very good. Did you clear that wretched tree? I'm impressed. I want you to have this. We get TM8. That happens to be Rock Smash. You can shatter rocks with just a single well-aimed smack. If any rocks are in your way, just smash them up. So Rock Smash is kind of an interesting attack. It has very low base power, but you can use it to smash certain rocks in the overworld, which can be helpful because sometimes Pokemon are hiding under those rocks, and there are some Pokemon you can exclusively obtain that way. Meanwhile, now the path is clear, we can finally return to Violet City. And while we're here, let's head back over this way to Route 31. Because if we talk to this guy... Huh? What's that? You have mail for me? If you give the guy a Pokemon holding the flower mail, it doesn't have to be Kenya, it can be any Pokemon. Let's see, Dark Cave leads to another road. That's good to know. Thanks for bringing this to me. My friend's a good guy and you're a swell guy too. I like to do something good in return too. I know, I want you to have this. So we get TM50 from this guy. TM50 is Nightmare. It's a wicked move that steadily cuts the HP of a sleeping enemy. Ooh, that's scary. I don't want to have bad dreams. So we got another interesting move here. Not one that I intend to use on my team, but still kind of cool. Also, for completing that quest, whatever Pokemon was holding the flower mail gets removed from your team permanently. So pretty much just keep the mail on Kenya and you're good. But now let's go deposit Sudowoodo. And now that's taken care of, we can move on. Thank you. Now it's time to move on. So now that we dealt with this pseudo-wudo, we have cleared the path leading to Violet and Goldenrod, but we can also take this path up here. Use Dig to return to the entrance of any place. It's convenient for exploring caves and other landmarks. Fascinating. There's also another route, different from the others. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, you got some apricorn trees over here. Believe all these trees have apricorns. And I don't want to have them because the apricorn balls have been... The apricorn balls are not good to have in this generation. So don't bother. Hello, Pidgey. How do you like that? Very good. Hello there. Anne and I are in this together. So we got another set of twins. Again, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, this would have been a double battle, which are very good. But here, these two are using a Clefairy, and I believe later on a Jigglypuff. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you actually encounter a pair of beauties that use a Clefable and a Wigglytuff, which are the evolution of these two Pokemon. And that battle can be pretty tough. Especially because Clefable knows Metronome, and yeah, as we've clearly seen, that can be a very tricky move to deal with. Yep. It's nothing that we can't handle. Think you could disable me? So we beat the twins. And now we can move forward. Is anything back here? Nope, just more trees. Okay. What do you got, sir? Pokemon can't do a thing if they're asleep. I'll show you how scary that is. So we got another Psychic. And he's got Drowsy. This guy will try to put you to sleep with Hypnosis, and then order his Drowsy to use Dream Eater, an attack that only affects a Pokemon when it's asleep, but it does high psychic damage and also drains health in order to heal the user. But this is kind of interesting because Drowsy do not normally learn Dream Eater. It's normally a attack they have to either be tutored, learn from a TM, or bred to know. It's not naturally part of their moveset, despite the fact that in their lore, Drowsy are known for eating dreams. It's very bizarre. I wish they'd change that. Anyway, we take care of Greg. I lost. That's pretty sad. Very sad indeed. But we made it through this route and have arrived in Ecruteak City. I'm gonna practice at the dance theater. Care to join me? So we've been going on for quite a while, and we just arrived in another major area, so I think this is going to be where we call it. But for now, hi, I'm Bill, and who are you? Hayden, huh? You come at the right time. I just finished adjustments on my time capsule. You know that Pokemon can be traded, right? My time capsule was developed to enable trades with the past. But you can't send anything that didn't exist in the past. If it did, the PC in the past would have a breakdown. So you have to remove anything that wasn't around in the past. Put simply, no sending new moves or new Pokemon in the time capsule. Don't you worry, I'm done with the adjustments. Tomorrow, time capsules will be running at all Pokemon centers. I have to hurry on back to Goldenrod and see my folks. Bye-bye! So that was Bill, the manager of the Pokemon boxes, and who apparently also invented time travel. It's actually something we can get from Bill if we go back to his house in Goldenrod, but I'm gonna save that for later. Actually, we got pretty much nothing else I wanted to do for this stream, so we might as well go back and do that. Morty the gym leader's so cool. His Pokemon are really tough too. So we're already learning about the new gym leader. Lake of Rage. The appearance of a Gyarados swarm? I smell a conspiracy, I know it. The way the Kimono girls dance is marvelous, just like the way they use their Pokemon. Fascinating. We'll have to go visit them then. Yeah, we have plenty of time. Let's head back to Goldenrod and go see Bill. Because there is something new that we can get when we go visit him. Go away, Pidgey. No one wants you. Just kidding, I do like Pidgey. Just not something that I want right at the moment. Get on your bike, buddy. I'm gonna constantly forget I even have the bike in this game. Something I seem to always do in the Pokemon games. Just because in the later ones, they give you the option to use running shoes. Which I tend to use a lot more than the bike, to be honest. So if we go over here to Bill's house, also make sure you have a slot open in your team. Hi, Hayden. Do us a favor and take this Eevee. It came over when I was adjusting the time capsule. Someone has to take care of it, but I don't like being outside. Can I count on you to play with it? Sure. I knew it. Way to go, hero. You're the real deal, dude. Okay, I'm counting on you. Take good care of it. So Eevee is one of the most fascinating Pokemon ever introduced into this series. It's a pure normal type Pokemon, but as of the latest gens, Eevee has the potential to evolve into one of 8 different Pokemon, each one with a unique typing, unique stat totals, and their own unique styles of play when using them, making Eevee one of the most versatile Pokemon in the entire series. Because you can use it to fit pretty much any role you can think of in your teams. It can be a tank, it can be a sweeper, or it can focus on physical attacks, it can focus on special attacks. It's just a very amazing Pokemon in that regard. In this game alone, Eevee can evolve into one of 5 Pokemon. It started out with 3 in Red and Blue, and in Gold and Silver it gained 2 more evolutions. I do really like Eevee. I really love its evolutions. They're all just amazing Pokemon, but I don't really see any use for Eevee on my current team. Especially given that it's really, really weird to obtain some of its evolutions at the moment, just because of how mechanics work in this game, so I just feel like we're not going to be using Eevee. We'll have plenty of opportunities to use other Pokemon that will fit similar roles to Eevee, so That's pretty much all I want to say. It's still a very amazing Pokemon that I just love to use whenever I can. But for now, I'm focusing on other things. But with that said, I think we're going to call it for today. We're running for almost 2 hours now, so that's pretty good. So next time on Pokemon Gold, we're going to be exploring Ecruteak City, finding out everything we can about this area, and hopefully explore the areas surrounding the city, and then take on the gym leader. Until then, have a good day and take care.